I know today, no matter what is happening, things will all go my way. I see heaven and I don't have to wait for you to recognize that love resides in this place. Why not listen ahead? Why you making that face? You be tripping so think about something different. Why you making just relax with it? Ain't no accidents. It's just all for the love.
Heaven high, everybody. Welcome. Kimberly Johnson, girl. Mercury in retrograde can't beat us. It can't mess with us. I get it. I see what's happening now. Oh my goodness. I see what's happening. So we'll see what happens if our people come on. So listen, we got one viewer. Let me tell y'all what happened. Mercury, look, 111.1. Mercury is in retrograde till the 29th. I don't know if you're into astrology or anything like that. And it knocked us off, but I think it's because YouTube is doing something different where you're not just vertical, you can be vertical or horizontal. Heaven high, true origin, unknown 9789, heaven high. I'm hoping all the people can find us today, but I am not worried because God is good all the time. And all the time, what? God is good. That's right. So let me tell y'all, let's see. Yeah, my people are saying, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. That has never happened. But this gives us a chance to be comfortable by ourselves. So let me tell y'all what's happening. I'm excited about this episode, even though YouTube knocked us off. Hopefully we're back on and everybody can see. I'm excited because this sister sent me some of her products. This is all I have left. And this is an herbal vapor rub, right? I got a whole sample of products. I got some cayenne salve with the understanding of how to use it, the calendula salve, the herbal vapor rub, the headache salve, and that's what I got. And when I got these things in the mail, I was like, I ain't got none of this stuff. It said it helps with psoriasis, mosquito bites. I said, well, sometimes I get mosquito bites. This is the calendula salve. Eczema, acne, the herbal vapor rub. I knew because we had Vicks vapor rub back in the day, but ain't nobody using Vicks no more. This all natural, made by a sister. The headache salve. I said, well, I might get a headache every once in a while. I don't get headaches. You can use that on the chest, top of the nose, on the temples, on your wrist. And it was one more the cayenne salve. Now that's the one for arthritis, muscle joint pain, and neuropathy, right? And so I was like, what am I going to do with these things? I ain't got none of this stuff. And so this was probably in February, March, April, somewhere around in there. So it just sat real pretty because it smelled good and it felt good. That vapor and it felt good. So I just let it sit there. And then because I read everything that she sent, I started researching what the products did, right? And then it made me be more attuned to what people were saying. So when my aunt, who is 97, almost 98, talked to me about the pain in her back, I sent her some of the cayenne rub. I had another friend who, Mark, let me tell you what, this is big because my BFF, Mari Morrow, who y'all know Mari. Mari is, actor extraordinaire, so cute, and hot. When Mari got pregnant, ain't nobody even know she was pregnant but me until the baby shower where I patted her with a belly and she came out and then we brought the baby out. So Mari is very private. And Mari even said, I could tell y'all she was having a pain on her fingers. And I said, well, I got something for you. She tried it and she loved it. She said it took the pain away. So she took it and she bought her some more and gave it to her friend's mom. And this is somebody y'all would know too, but I ain't saying her name. And her mother liked it. So it's like everybody that we pass it to. And I don't know if y'all remember back a little while back when I was really having some nasal problems and I was going everywhere to try to find stuff. And I got this tea, this herbal remedy. And I used the vapor rub on my chest. I put it on my chest and I bundled up and I went to sleep. And it was great. So, because I know that everybody is interested in healing, I said, I need to introduce you to this sister. Miss Kimberly Johnson she's a nurse. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to read to you what it says. Don't say nothing yet. Don't say nothing yet. Don't say nothing yet, Kimberly. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So Elements, it's a home-based company, and the products are really made by love because a lot of her products she made because she was having some situations and she was like, we need I need help because what the doctors are giving me is not working. So, I don't see the part that talks about her training. So y'all are going to have to find that part. So she's a registered nurse. You are a home care provider. She's a mother of how many youngins? We got one on the way. So she's not just making products. They also having a good time over there. And she has a blog that I love because in the blog, she explains about the products and about African healers or different things. So first, Miss Kimberly Johnson. Oh, but before I start asking her questions, I want to tell you, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for being here. My dog passed yesterday. And so my little energy is different. That's probably why they knocked us off of YouTube because my energy is different. But I appreciate y'all giving us all good, loving energy because we can appreciate that. Mercury's in retrograde till March 29th. Okay, Miss Kimberly, please tell us about your training. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Well, with my training, I started out at Norfolk State University here in Norfolk, Virginia, for my associate degree in nursing, and I graduated from there in May of 2010.
Okay.
I passed board April of 2011. Yeah, matter of fact, it was April Fool's Day 2011.
Wow.
And when I passed boards, I thought I was being punked. I was like, "Are you for real?" Like April Fool's Day, and I passed boards. Okay, and then I ended up going to South University online for my bachelor's in nursing. Okay. And I graduated from there in 2015.
Okay.
And the Maryland University of Integrative Health is where I went for herbalism.
Maryland University of Integrated Health?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got my master's in therapeutic herbalism. That is where I learned about herbs and how to make products.
Therapeutic herbalism. Okay. Now, after you went to college, when you were in school, was this your intention to make products, or how did this come about? How did you start?
Okay, well, I started off with my associates and my bachelor's in nursing. My goal was to stick strictly with nursing degrees, because at first I was thinking about doing nurse practitioner or nurse educator for my master's and, further on. But then I started to think about, I always knew I wanted to be a mom and things of that nature. My daughter hadn't been born yet, but I was thinking about generational wealth for my future and my future children. So I was like, how can I do that? How can I start building generational wealth for myself and future family? So I was like, maybe I could do business, do something in business. So instead of doing the nurse practitioner or nurse educator, what I decided to do was figure out what I can do for myself, but still, work and build generational wealth. So I started researching what I'm gonna do for my master's if I don't do nurse practitioner or nurse educator. What I'm gonna do? Because I did want my master's degree. So I started researching and I found herbalism. And I was like, you can get a degree in that? Oh my God. Because when I grew up, when I was growing up, my auntie and my grandma, they would do those things for herbs. Like, say ginger ale, your stomach hurt, get some ginger ale.
Yes.
Peppermint.
Yes.
Things like that. Chicken noodle soup for a cup. All that kind of coincides with herbalism. So I was like, wow. And I found the Maryland University Integrative Health, and I found out that to start with them, you have to have a bachelor's. I was like, well, I have a bachelor's in nursing. So what I decided to do was apply to the university, and I got in. And I was like, well, a lot of my classmates were starting businesses even before they graduated. And I was like, well, Lord, what would my business be? Because I'm a nurse already. And I was like, well, instead of doing the common thing like hair products and stuff, I was like, what can I do to incorporate my nursing knowledge into what I make?
Yeah.
As in products. So I was like, well, I know a lot of people who have arthritis, headaches, eczema, psoriasis. I was like, maybe I can use what I know with nursing and all of that to incorporate that in my product. Like I said, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis, all that's still nursing based.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I decided to come up with my product. Some of them.
So you grew up with that. I grew up with that too. Like my aunt, I was telling you earlier, would say, when you have a fever, put an onion in the room and it would draw out the fever. Or even if you had like a splinter in your foot, you put some fat back on it and it would draw the splinter out. So we all grew up with those type things. How did you learn about the hoodoo voodoo? Did you study the hoodoo voodoo?
Well, when I started researching herbalism, that's when I learned that herbalism was a part of hoodoo. And using herbs was a part of hoodoo and like the ritual and stuff they do with that. Now the voodoo part, I came upon that kind of accidentally because I had a friend who I went to Norfolk State with who was initiated into like a Ifa. I don't know if it's Ifa or anything like that. I don't know if it was Ifa, but something associated with, kind of associated with that. And then I started looking at her posts on Facebook, and she started talking about Orisha and this, that, and third. And I'm like, what is that? And it just opened my whole world up to like the Orisha, Shango, Ogun, Oshun, Oya, all of that stuff. I was like, okay. And I realized that when it comes to voodoo, sometimes those Orisha are incorporated into that. And I was like, oh, then you got Santeria and all of that. I was like,
yeah, once you open your mind, go and go and go. Well, let me ask you this: what happened to make you decide to create these products? I'm gonna pull up some like look at this, y'all. And when you see the pictures, they're smooth. It's like they're smooth like butter. Latch on pain relief salve. She told me about that one. This is the number one stunner right here. This one right here is the number one stunner. This cayenne salve. Oh my goodness. I haven't heard about the neem or the stomp it out yet. I got to learn about those. But was it anything in particular that made you decide to create these particular products? Or have you experienced any kind of pain or discomfort or anything that made you say, I want to help folk heal?
Well, like I said, even as a child, like I knew that nursing was the path I was supposed to go on when I was a child. When I was like 8 years old, you asked me what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a nurse. It was always nursing. That was always my thing. And I always knew I had a gift of healing, even as a child. So I knew that somehow, some way, I was going to end up in the medical field. Well, my choice was nursing. I didn't know that I was going to end up being a business owner and making my own product line. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
But I knew that basically nursing was what I wanted to do.
Now let me ask you this, because Heaven High Podcast, we normally talk. I'm deviating from the norm here because I was so impressed with your product. So we talk. I usually talk to healers. I talk to psychics. I talk to witches. I talk to ministers. I talk to everybody that love the Lord, but they might not call him the Lord. They call him all different kind of things. So when you say healer, do you have the healing power in your hands, or is it what comes to mind? Like you told me earlier, your baby, you were having pain with the latch, and that's why you created the latch on. Did you just like, is that the gift? Because you said I went to my refrigerator and said what I need to do. That's awesome and amazing.
All right.
Gift. Because I have healing hands. Y'all I know that, did y'all? I know that my hands, there's power in my hands. Now I do go around praying for people, but I do be rubbing them and praying them and blessing them. But act like y'all don't know that in case you meet me and I hug you real tight. I don't want you to be thinking, I know, so stop praying for me. But what do you mean with the gift?
Well, for me, I've always had compassion and a caring heart for people. Like, for example, my aunt raised me. I grew up in the house with my aunt. She had legal custody of me and my brother. So it was my aunt, my brother, and my aunt's mom, so my grandma. And a few other people, because sometimes my grandma used to rent rooms out and stuff, so people would come through if somebody didn't have somewhere to stay. Nice. Sometimes she would let people rent the room, but it was mostly me, my aunt, my brother, and my grandma. So if one of them got sick, I'm always the one. I'm the youngest in the house, and I'm like, what I need to do? You need something to drink, some food. What can I do to help? And I will always want to stay home and help people. Help the people in the house. And my aunt would be like, go to school. You cannot stay home from school. I know we sick, and I know you want to help us, but you got to go to school. You can't stay home with us, or you'll go to school, child. So I've always had that energy about me. I grew up around a lot of nurses. My aunt, who raised me, she was in nursing at one point in her life. My next door neighbor was a nurse. It was quite a few people at church who were nurses. I was in a nursing unit at my church. So it's always been around me, and it's always been a part of who I am.
I see. What was the first product that you created and was like, oh my gosh, this is great?
The calendula cream. This one right here.
Okay.
Because I made that because I researched and I realized that eczema was really big in our community. And black
Eczema.
eczema is really big in our community. And it helps with dark areas. I've had one lady who was a double mastectomy patient. She was a breast cancer patient, double mastectomy patient, and she ordered my product because I guess the surgery left dark areas in the dark areas in the spot where her breast was removed, and she said it really helped, clear up what was going on there.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of rave reviews about the calendula cream just for eczema and dark areas alone.
Interesting. And dark areas. And some of y'all got dark knees. That's also for cuts and bruises and burns and itching and mosquito bites and psoriasis. And we're always cleaning our hands. It's really good for our hands too. I used up all of my cream. I do use that cream, but I use that on my legs, just like lotion. That's bad, huh? But I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay, and then your product is really good for people who, well, I've heard a lot of people with that were fighting off some cancer. They talk about your product, but tell me, what was the next? What did you come up with next?
The next one, well, the comfrey, that one was a product that I made. Now I have to tell you, like I told you, I was in school for herbalism, right? Some of these products were made as a class assignment.
Stop it! Really?
I seen that, yes. Like the herbal vapor rub, my teacher had given us that, yes. The herbal vapor rub, my teacher had given us an assignment. And he said, I need you all to make these products, as a part of your weekly assignment. But I'm going to give you all a pass to make whatever else you want as an extra product.
Oh.
So I think it was the neem and the comfrey that we had to make as a part of that assignment that week. But he said you can come up with anything else that you want to come up with. Wow. And submit it as a, and what it was the vapor rub. I started doing my own research and came up with the vapor rub as a part of the assignment. Wow. And it worked, and it became an actual product for my life.
Yeah, I just put some on my chest messing around, but I can feel it.
So some of these were actually started from class assignments. And I found out they actually worked, and I was like, I'm gonna keep them and build off of that.
And all your products are natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them are natural. And she even has an aftershave for men with sensitive skin. That's that calendula salve. Okay, then why was the next one? What happened with the next one?
The next one would have been the headache salve.
The headache. Yes.
How that came about is Facebook. I'm gonna tell you how, because I was on Facebook quite often, and I have quite a few friends on Facebook.
Okay.
And a lot of them were saying, I got migraines. I don't know what to do. Lord help me, somebody. I got migraines. And I was actually surprised with how many of my Facebook friends were complaining about migraines and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna get in my kitchen and I'm gonna come up with it. So sometimes it might be I'm on Facebook and I'm just watching, looking at stuff like, oh, okay. it's quite a few people dealing with this, I'm gonna come up with something.
Wow. I think that's the best way to do it too. When there's a need, you answer the need. Tell me what's next. What came next?
What came next would be that would be the last one. Cause
Okay.
after that, my daughter came about, and what happened with that? The hospital gave me an ointment for pain during breastfeeding, and I used it, but it didn't work for me. So I said, "Well, Lord, I'm a herbalist. I'm gonna research my books, and I'm gonna get in my kitchen. I'm gonna figure something out." So that's what I did, and I started using the ointment that I developed, and in less than a week, my daughter was able to latch onto that breast, and I had no pain. And I didn't even realize it at first until her dad walked in the room when I had her on that breast, and he was like, "Kim, she is on the breast that you said was sore." And I said, "You sure is right," because I didn't even realize it because I was just doing my mommy thing. I was like, wow. And it was less than a week.
Wow. So we got and that's something that was edible. So the baby girl could eat that too.
Well, the way I say do it is put it on the breast in between feeding, and like a few minutes before you feed again, wash it off cleanse your breast with warm water and soap.
Okay. Okay.
Now I did make a mistake one time and put her up there, and I didn't, clean it off. But I was like, it's just one time, Lord.
Yeah, that's a real mama. That's a real crime, baby. You just focus on the milk. Focus on the milk. Focus on the milk. Okay. And then what else do we have? The neem oil. What's next?
The neem, yeah, that's for the dark or ashy, not dark, ashy elbows, ankles, knees. That's what that's for.
So that's like a lotion, like a moisturizer.
Yeah, moisturizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a sample of that one. So does that one have a scent?
It's earthy. It's an earthy scent.
Okay.
Now the ones that I have essential oils in that give you a more of a uplifting scent would be like the cayenne salt, because that has peppermint essential oil.
Oh yeah.
And then the herbal vapor rub, and the headache salve. Those have essential oils in it. The rest of them is pretty much earthy.
So tell me this. So like if someone has, y'all really got to try. And listen, the products aren't real expensive either. They're not real expensive. Like, let me see. I don't think I did the prices. But it's enough so that y'all, do you have any kits where they can get like that's what you should have, like a little sampler pack where they could sample it and buy, a little bit of everything. A little comfrey salve is $8. The Stomp It Out salve. What's the Stomp It Out salve?
That's for athlete's foot. Athlete's foot. Yeah.
Oh, athlete's foot. Okay. And then what's the difference between the Stomp It Out salve? What does iodine do? Then we have the Stomp It Out salve with iodine.
Okay, like the Stomp It Out salve by itself, just the salve by itself, you put it on your foot, on the top of your foot and the bottom of your foot. But you're not supposed to put it in between your toes, because with athlete's foot, that's a fungus, right? And fungus grows in dark, moist places. If you put the salve in between your toes, it's gonna make it moist, so it could possibly spread.
Okay.
That way. The iodine, if you get the iodine with the stop it outside, the iodine is what can go in between your toes. So because the iodine won't make the in between your toes moist.
I
You can take the it comes with, what's it called? Lord have mercy. What is it? It comes with gauze. Gauze. Okay. So you take the gauze.
Yes.
And you put the iodine on the gauze and put it in between your toes.
I see.
With the fungus that's in between your toes.
And then I put on some clean white socks and go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just because have you created anything for fibroids yet? I have.
No, I haven't done that yet.
This is what I'm hearing people talk about the most: fibroids, hot flashes. You're not there yet, so you might not be thinking about that. Menopause, pain. I think those are the top things that I hear folk talking about. So have we come up with anything for any of those yet?
No, but I mean, you gave me an idea, so you don't know what I'll come up with next.
Okay, good. Because my sisters, they need this for the hot flashes, especially.
Yeah.
Especially. So so right now you're pregnant with, and this is what child?
Number 2.
Number 2. So are you still working and creating right now?
Well, working, I have an event Saturday, but I kind of stopped with doing vending because the beginning of the year, I had a lot of vending events set up. And I was always out vending and selling products and stuff. Even my baby, my firstborn, she got an Elements of Healing t-shirt, and she be out there with her little t-shirt on when we vending. So we had a lot of vending events. But when I got pregnant with my baby I'm carrying now, I had really bad morning sickness. Bad. I was hospitalized for a whole weekend.
Oh.
And my electrolytes and everything was messed up. And I lost like 22 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
22 pounds in 3 weeks. So after that, I was like, I need a break. And that was in the summertime. So I guess like now, Saturday would be my first event since this summer.
Wow. And
the morning sickness took a lot out of me, and I was just like, Lord, so I haven't been doing the vending as much as I was doing at the beginning of the year, but I want to get back into it. But after I have the baby next year, I plan on getting back into the vending and all that. So, but right now, most of my sales are coming from online through my website. So you order from me, I'll ship it out to you. But right now, I haven't been like in the public doing any
stuff. Okay, here, wait a minute. I got a question. Hold on. And how long do these products last?
The styles can last up to 2 years. Now I do have a cream that if you refrigerate it, you can keep it for 3 months. If you don't refrigerate it, like if you keep it on a dresser, you can keep it for 3 weeks. So the cream, if you keep it out, like I said, on a dresser for 3 weeks and refrigerate it for 3 months. But the salve, like the comfrey salve, the stop it out salve, headache salve, herbal rub, you can keep those for up to 2 years.
And mine I didn't put in the refrigerator at all.
Yeah.
Do you
but keep them in a cool, dry place though. Cool, dry.
Yeah. Look, they good. Do you ever think that you might teach a class so that you can help other people learn how to make products?
I wrestle with that because I wouldn't mind, but then like you don't know the intent of people because herbs you have to know parts like you can use leaves, roots, um, flowers of different plants, and you have the flower of one plant, but the leaf of another, and they don't always do the same thing just because they are part of a plant. You have to learn all that. And then just because you're working with plants, the intent might not always be right. So my pause with teaching classes is I don't want to teach somebody and then they take what I taught them and flip it into something that's negative and go out and harm somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about intent sometimes. I do what I do with love. You know what I'm saying? But somebody else might be like, well, I don't like Sally Sue over there. I'm going to put these herbs together and I'm going to hurt her.
I got you.
I taught you. Don't say you learned that from me. Because, not me.
Got you.
You know, so that kind of gives me pause. You know, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if God leads me in that direction later down the line, maybe. But right now, I'm like, I don't trust people. Like
Now, have you ever set out to make a set of products and the ingredients that you had weren't of quality, or I don't know, maybe the plants didn't look good where you sent them back?
I haven't had that problem, but I do look at the quality of the herbs that I get because, I mean, that's a reflection on me, you know, as a herbalist. So I gotta make sure that my products come from a reputable good company.
Yeah.
Or a good place. Because I mean, when I put my product out there, like I said, I do it with love. And I want that energy to be out there. So
Are there any other ways that you send energy out into the world? Just checking. Because I'm not a herbalist, but you know, I'm always spreading love and light. So I'm wondering.
With the way, you know, I pray, you know, and I try to be, you know, positive, uplifting. And even with when I talk to people on the phone and they have an issue, I try to be real but positive at the same time. I'm not trying to turn people down when I talk to them, but I try to be as positive can be. Now, if it's a person calling me that I know that's about a lot of drama, sometimes I may answer the phone. Sometimes I'd be like, I don't feel like talking to them today.
Right. Right. I understand.
So, you know, and then I'm careful about the energy I send out, but I'm also careful about the energy I receive and what I watch and things as well. Cause like I said, I'm expecting, right?
Yes.
So when I'm online on Facebook, Instagram, those are my two social media. I know that there's women out there who miscarried and things like that. And my heart goes out to them, but I don't want to see that on my feed all day long, because that's what my mental. And you know,
so you try to keep your environment positive and clean. Right. Put that energy into your products.
Right.
I see. That's good. That's excellent. Have you found that there's any type medicine that any of you that like, is there any product that a person cannot use because they can't use it with this particular medicine?
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I do consultations as well. $50 for an hour.
Okay.
But when you get a consultation from me, you do the information document on my
Yes.
website. I ask you about your medication, like if you're taking over-the-counter medication from the doctor, um, like over-the-counter medication, prescribed medication from the doctor, any
Yes.
herbs you take. I want to know all of that. I want to know your medical diagnosis. Why? Because there are some herbs you cannot take if you're diabetic. There are some herbs you cannot take. You can't mix certain herbs with um certain pills. Like for example, if you are anemic, like iron deficiency anemia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking taking the iron pill that the doctor prescribes you with peppermint tea is not good because the peppermint tea will decrease the absorption of the iron pill. And
Oh,
if
interesting. Wait a
or
minute.
it can decrease the absorption of it. So if you take your iron pill with peppermint tea, that can happen, and then you go back to the doctor to get your iron level checked, and nothing has changed because that peppermint tea has decreased the absorption, so you're really not getting the iron. So, but
Mm.
see, that's stuff that I would know when I research, and you come to me for consultation, and I ask you about what herbs are you taking, what pills are you taking, what's your medical diagnosis. Matter of fact, I had a lady who came to me for consultation, and she asked me about a particular problem. I can't remember what exactly it was, but when I was researching herbs that she could possibly take, she was diabetic. And the herb that I was thinking about recommending her said, do not recommend for diabetics. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to look at something else for her.
Switching something else. Mm.
So those are the things that people don't realize when it comes to herbs. So one thing I don't like sometimes is people ask me, what can I take for this condition? Well, then it makes me think, what are your medications taking? Because I don't want to recommend something for you and then it counteracts your medication.
Block with something else. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm so in depth with my consultations, and that's why I'm thankful for my nursing background too, because I
Yes.
put all that together when I do my consultations. And sometimes it might take 2, 3, 4 phone calls to
Mm.
get everything together right that you need. But if you don't mind paying the money, I don't mind helping.
Yeah. 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 How long is it usually before people see results?
What you mean with the products I have?
Yes.
Um, Sometimes it's immediate. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm so serious. I had a friend of mine come to the house. I don't really like people coming to the house now because I have a child.
So
But
y'all don't think y'all coming to the house. Go ahead.
unless I know you personally, like if you my best friend and you want to order something from me, you can come get it from my door. But a random individual, order
Yes.
online or meet me out
Yes.
at an event. But yeah, so I had a friend of mine at one point come to my house and get something for migraine. Get the headache sound for migraine.
Okay.
This is what shocked me. Less than 5 minutes of her leaving my house, she wrote a paragraph on my Facebook. I was like, what in the world? She was like, this works. Oh my God, I gotta try it. I'm
I'm
like, the girl just
telling
left
you.
my house 5 minutes ago. She
I'm
was just in the car and put it on right away. Like, what in the world? I was like,
it's as I listen to you, I think it's the training, but I also think it's the love, the gift. I think you have a gift at mixing all these things together. And because I promise you, I've never met you. This is my first time talking to you, but I hunted you down because I was like, You know, they coming back saying, Tangi, where can I get more? Tangi, you know? And I just think that's awesome. So this is what I think, since they ain't saying nothing. I think we need a product for menopause. The women with the sex, you know. Look, she's like, oh Lord, Tangi. The sex I see online where people are, you know, you know, you girl, they got products now. Am I making you nervous, Kimberly?
Yeah. Like I said, you never know what I come up with. Look, you
Yeah.
look where it comes January, and I got.
Yes. Yeah, I think anything that can make sex a little bit more exciting, make me excited about having sex with somebody, because my mind be on other things. It would be nice if it was something, a pain relief for animals, because my baby, before he died yesterday, he was in some pain, and I tried to give him the CBD and he didn't like it. So, but it would have been nice if I had had something that I could rub on him that would have soothed his pain. If you could create a teeth whitening, you know, some kind of teeth whitening toothpaste, or that would be good. I see people, and ain't no Black person ever created no eye drop stuff. You know, like people be putting Visine, people that get high, see them put the Visine in the eye. You could create something for the eyes. Y'all come on with me with the ideas. Let me see what else people need for the little kids that get the ear infections, because they have a sister that has this love, create these things. Let me see what else. Y'all, I'm scanning the body. I'm scanning the toes, something to make the feet real soft, but that calendula might that might make the feet softer, huh? Heck, nabbit, mine is gone. I gave it away.
And actually, my daughter father, that handsome man back there.
Yes, the handsome man, the baby maker. Yes.
He was the one that pushed me to do the cayenne style and stomp it out style.
Oh, really?
Because he kept saying he knew people who was having pains, muscle joint pains, neuropathy, and he pushed me to do the cayenne style.
Excellent job, husband, because that's the one that my auntie liked on her back. And my friend with neuropathy, which my auntie also had, and then my BFF with her fingers, you know, who said I could use her name. Y'all know Mari ain't letting nobody, I could put her picture up, Mari Morrow. So, well.
Yeah, then the stomp it out style was something he pushed me to do too.
And the stomp it out. Oh, okay.
After his foot, yeah.
Okay, that's because he was taking his shoes off, and you were like, "Baby, you gotta do something about this, because I love you, but
Okay.
We love you, husband. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you."
Actually, he goes to the podiatrist, and the podiatrist was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm using the style my wife made," and she was like, "It's working." I was like, "Okay." All right, yes. So.
and it's nice. It's not, y'all. I promise y'all, it's love in there. It's a Black woman making these products. So we need something for the sex, something, maybe that's what she's talking about, something to put on the clitoris so the woman can have an orgasm when she has sex, or put on the nipples so they'll be stimulating. Let me think. What else, y'all? What else? She said all of it. The I'm sorry, I only have the herbal rub left, but it was wonderful. I didn't need a lot. See, I didn't need a lot. And it's All her stuff is just smooth like butter. So I appreciate you. I mean, for real, I appreciate you creating all these things. So tonight we have talked about eczema. We've talked about psoriasis, mosquito bites, itch and burns, sunburns, cancer, neuropathy, pains, back pains, headaches, the woman's nipples hurting from breastfeeding, dry skin, black spots on your skin. Yeah, I'll post her link. You see that? I promise y'all, it works. It works.
That's how we about that. True orders unknown. That's it.
And Elements of Healing 2016.com. I'm gonna put it down. And listen, y'all know Heaven High Podcast is about we have high vibrational conversations, like we be talking about spirits and near death experiences and things like that. So for me, Tangi Ambrose, to invite a sister on that I only knew from her products. You see, I'm looking at y'all eye to eye. They got to be good. The testimonies that I've gotten from other people and me using this herbal vapor rub and the other one that I use like lotion. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I liked it a lot. So please try some of her products. If you had the opportunity to bless the world with some of your wisdom or guidance or something that you've learned from all that you have experienced, done, and created, what would you say? That's a deep question. What advice would you give?
Well, when it comes to product making, do what you do with love, and that energy will be carried forward as you put your products out there. Because I actually pray over my product, and I say, dear God, let my products be used for the positive intent they're supposed to be used for. Healing. So put a positive energy out there. I mean, I'm not saying that you will never have anything negative happen to you, but always try to see the bright side of things. And if you are in a negative space, try not to stay there too long. Even if you have to go outside and ground yourself. If you like to go swimming, like to put your feet in the water, do what you gotta do. If you like to go out with your friends, do something to try to, stay positive. Because there's a lot of negativity in the world. But somebody needs your positivity.
And today, that somebody was me. I needed all y'all positive energy today because, with my baby passing yesterday. And let me tell you, the crazy thing is, we held him for so long after he passed, and his little ears looked so cute. I wanted to keep him. I wanted to keep his ears. I always looked at people like, why you want to, the dead version of your dog? It never made sense. But with my baby, just rubbing him, it's funny because his little body it was hard when I first touched him. But then, and I've been around dead people before, but after a while, it seemed like he got soft and his fur got softer, and it was something. I can't believe he's gone. So even though I don't have a headache, if I had some of your headache salve, I would put that on my head tonight and around my neck and everything. I think I would put it around just for the healing aspect. So you might want to make something for people like me who don't necessarily have headaches, but like an anointing. Like if I had You know, my auntie used to have get oils, and she pray over the oils, and in
Mhm.
church they would anoint our heads with the oils. I would go home and get a little of that oil, and sometimes when I'm feeling some kind of way, it just makes me feel good to just to put it on my body. Oh, look at that. I feel it just thinking about it. She's 97 now. She'll be 98 in May. She might not be able to get me none, but it just, you know, or she would send me a handkerchief. I got all these handkerchiefs of hers and just hold it close. But I feel you. So I think it would be nice for you to have something. And even if you ever wanted to have something scented, an anointing oil. I wear oils. I don't wear perfume, but an anointed oil that I can put on my body. Girl. Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you so much for stopping through. Thank you all for coming and handling our Mercury retrograde situation because you know, it was a little mess up. We'll see you next week. I'm so sorry to hear this. May he rest me. Oh, thank you. All her baby passed during COVID, so you understand. Thank you, my dear Royal. Thank you. Well, let me tell you, next week I have a sister on that had a near-death experience, a Black woman, and she was gone so long that she woke up in the morgue. They
Oh.
out. She woke up in the morning. I think seemed like she said, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but it was like 10, 15 minutes. They thought she was out and they didn't know what to do with her body because it wasn't responding like a dead body, but she wasn't breathing and she came back. So when I hear these stories of people coming back, it just reminds me that it's all energy. And sometimes in my house, I'll have flowers that have died, but to me, it's still alive. It's just a different form.
And you know, we talked about voodoo before we came on here. You know, and animism is talked about with voodoo. What that means is respecting like non-living things or non-human things because they have a spirit about them. For example, like you
Yes.
know the plants, right? You know how your grandma or your auntie or your elder would say, "Love the plant, give it water, give it light, and all that stuff. It
Yes.
will grow, will flourish." That's a part of animism, which is talked about with voodoo.
And that's me. Today, this morning, I was walking and I passed, you know, I always pass by these trees that I love. And there was one tree that, well, it's about 5 of them on that block, but I just hug them. I do. I'm a tree hugger. And I can feel that energy and it makes me feel so good. And this morning when I was walking, I was so lost because I was walking my friend's dog and thinking about my dog. So I was just not really present, right? And so I did a video where I was talking to the people, and maybe 2 steps down, there was this tree that used to be so big and beautiful, and they had cut it. They had cut the tree and chopped it up into all these pieces. And I got so sad. I was like, and I tried to work it out in my brain where I would feel better about it. Maybe it's like cutting its nails, but it was like just the root of the tree was standing, right? And so I laid hands on the tree and blessed the tree. And then I walked a little bit further and I was just getting sad and standing there. And then a leaf hit me on the head. It didn't just fall, it hit me like boop. And I felt like the tree was saying, snap out of it. And I looked up and it was the most beautiful yellow leaves. And I heard the tree saying, Tangi, life is still going on. Enjoy yours. Because the tree is
That trees are weird, but Tree will talk to you, but they'll talk to you. But yeah. And we have a part of a tree from where where our former apartment complex, they cut down trees in the community out there. And my husband got a part of the tree, and it's still sitting here in our new apartment.
See, exactly.
Because he said when he walked past that tree, he would communicate with it, and he felt bad that it got cut down. So when he saw them cutting it down, he asked him, "Can I get a piece of it?" And they gave it to him.
Yep, and I was gonna take some of that one, but the pieces were so big and so heavy because the tree was so big. Let me see what Royal says. She said, I saw my cinnamon in the sky running happy in the clouds. It was crazy. I even asked someone else if they saw it and they didn't. They confirmed that my eyes were not, they did. Oh, and they confirmed that my eyes were not tricking you. You know what? Those things, let me tell you, my baby had a seizure last night. And after he had the seizure, I didn't really close the door because I was in a daze. I picked him up and me and my daughter were just, first I held him and then she held him. But while we were sitting there, the door opened and then it shut. It was like, and Stone and I looked at each other and I said, it was like somebody came in. I don't know if the spirit came in and got him or he walked out, but something happened. But it was good energy. And then 3 days before, I was asleep and I dreamt that a man died. And I got so nervous, I called my aunt, who I sent your product to, who said, baby, it's got my back feeling so much better. And I was happy that she was good, but I think that was my dog. Oh, and if you do anything, if you could, I don't know if you can design something like this, something that is preventive for like Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's and dementia, because it's a lot of people dealing with that too. So y'all didn't name nothing that y'all needed medicine for, but I got you covered. My first thought, yeah, you thought a spirit came to him too. Yes. So I really enjoyed the knowledge and wisdom that was given tonight. Thank you, Tanya. You're welcome. You're welcome. True Origin, Unknown 9789. So thank you so much, my darling. Thank you so much for coming on Heaven High Podcast, sharing your knowledge, sharing your talents, and for creating these gifts. If I think of something else, this is one more thing. Girl, like now with all these kids using the phone all the time, they get that thing in their arm. Carpal tunnel. And let me see if there's anything else. Anything else? We got the acne. Anything else y'all think about before I go? I'm going to give y'all 10, 9, 8, 7. Thank you, Kimberly. 6, 5, 4. When they message me, I'll tell you. 3, your mother was holy and sanctified too. I know those oils, right? Right, those oils. You put them and it just feels like, oh. And even like they talk about that, what is the medicine that the doctors give you that's not really real, but it makes you think that you're healed. Yes, knowing that it's prayed over. Like I was already excited about your product because of my experience and the testimonies that I got, but I'm even more excited now because I know it's prayed over and it's just full of love, like my meal. You know what I'm saying?
I don't play. Look. I will pray. I will pray heaven down. You hear me? I don't want to play.
Exactly. Okay, y'all. Well, I'll see y'all next week. Tune in. Thank you, Kimberly.
You're very welcome.
Anything else you want to say before we click off? You got anything?
Well, I thank you for the opportunity. Like I said, I was nervous at first because This is the first time I did a podcast show, but I enjoy myself and thank you so very much. If you want me to come back,
You will.
You know where to find me.
Thank you very much. And you're not nervous no more, are you? See what the Bible say? A man's talents will make room for him.
Yep.
Your gift is in front of you. So all you got to do is be yourself. And you have such a sweet, likable, honest spirit about you. It's like you gonna say it. You like, I'll help y'all if you gonna pay, we can play. So, thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Good night. Heaven high. Keep sending us love and light. Bye.